And welcome, sorry about the late start, welcome to the possible final race of the Losers Bracket Tourney. This is our fourth match of the finals bracket. Let me switch over here. We have a race today between MasterMarz and UMI. UMI has 1 life remaining in the tournament, MasterMarz has 2, so it's essentially Losers Bracket come up for UMI. If he loses this race, he's eliminated. If he wins this race, we'll have a rematch for the Grand Championship. I'm joined on commentary today by Duelin' Demon. How you doing?
It is good to be back. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep. And so our race goal today is an interesting one. Well, they always are. Our race goal today is reach final sits. With the 4-card hand mod, you're not allowed to play the first card in your hand for any reason. So what does this mean for our runners? If you draw in your first card, if you draw like Megamorph, it just has to sit there and you have to watch in pain while you're not allowed to play this Megamorph. It's essentially the 4-card hand mod, but there's no way to actually do that in game. So if our runners do mess up, we'll warn them, and they're not allowed to use that the card they played that turn. So something of the sort. And we actually go ahead.
My quick question: were you meaning to stream on your stream or?
Yeah, I'm on my stream.
Got it. I just wanted to make sure.
Duelin is kind of quiet. All right, we can bump him up a little bit on my end. All right.
Yeah, definitely excited to be back on commentary because it's been a bit. It has been a bit. I know Oberon has been stealing my thunder a bit lately, but gotta take back the title of Sun Caller.
I just want to refresh both streams really quick before we start. If you want to get hungry, you know.
So come in anytime, and we'll break out the breakfast.
I mean, it's odd. When was the last time I actually saw a Cracker Barrel anywhere?
Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, definitely gonna be a good race here. Like Sayura mentioned earlier, it is tournament life on the line for UMI.
Alright, good luck.
Looks like our runners are going to be starting here in just a second.
Yeah, should be starting now.
And let's go.
And we have
there they go. Yep.
first for UMI. He always has the creative names so far.
So I'm curious to see if we're going to be seeing any deck checks from either of our runners.
Yeah, I feel like Raigeki's going to have a huge advantage in something like this. So, but you don't want to reset for 5 minutes either, so.
Exactly.
You got to take the balance on that.
Yep. The other thing, you know what? I'm so used to previous iterations of the tournaments that I just completely forgot that the goal is to reach Final 6 and not beat Final 6. Yeah, Geki is going to be much better than Dark Hole.
Geki 2 Thunders.
Okay, well, I got
for MasterMarz. UMI has Geki with 0-0. They're both
Elfslight, Raigeki, 2 Thunders.
They're both gonna take it. We're both going to take it.
UMI immediately going to free duel to go to D&K.
And Marz is going on straight to Res.
So, interesting choice here from UMI to do a quick farm duel.
So I'll just copy what you guys have if you want.
So, due to the goal, UMI is unable to use that Nemoriko, which is very unfortunate because early game Nemoriko is very strong.
Yeah, so for the first few duels, you know, it's not going to make a, you know, huge difference, but like later on, once you have the super value cards on hard fights in bad spots, that could be a problem. When I did this run before, it was beat the whole game. So obviously, you don't need as good of a deck to just make it through mages, but you still need a pretty strong deck. It was definitely more about, like, you need a lot better single cards and a more powerful deck than normal to get through the same amount of time.
So what you're saying is we can look forward to quite a bit of meadow farming.
The meadow farm helps a lot because drawing the big monsters will help. Tier 2 dragons also huge because if you need twin-headed plus 2 equips, you can't do that in 5 cards. Or you can't do that in 4 cards unless you have a tier 2. MasterMarz is not allowed to play that wretched ghost there. Don't think that'll be a problem.
Probably happy about here on High Shin.
Yep. That Nemoriko, good card for Umi. He's not able to see. He's not able to play, which has cost him a fusion or 2 here.
You know
MED start for Mars, so that's going to be a quick death.
It's a wretched ghost.
Which is what you want to see.
It's almost a Karibo.
Yeah. Alright, we are going to use Umi's audio. I was testing back and forth.
And this will be
Umi, are you muted on stream
Umi
again?
Duel 1 complete. Let's see what he gets.
There we go, I'm unmuted.
Well,
Yeah, this happened last time
There we
too.
go.
I like your audio better on stream, but you've been muted on it, so I couldn't hear you.
so he's
Okay.
hoping to see thunders, hoping to see a few dragons.
There's something wrong with my audio?
Umi gets the APOW, which is valid. He gets a dragon statue. It's +1 dragon.
Yep.
Your audio's fine. It's just I like the game audio balance on Umi's side better.
I mean, I can always fix my game audio. I don't.
So
Am I
not
too loud or is my
the
game
best
too
drops
quiet?
for Umi, but also not the worst. Does get quite a bit of good early game fusibles.
Let's focus on
Okay.
the run. Nemoriko's back again.
My audio setup was designed for really, really long phone where they
At least he can still make the mystical sand with teammates.
to make it sound
Yeah.
proper.
2 duels in a row. I lost card overview. I got to pull it back up.
Sucks. Can't use them Rico again.
It is 1 dragon there. So the benefit of early DMK gets you a couple duels in, a chance to tie in deck before Mars even gets to res. So.
Oh, that's so painful. You can't make a second mystical sand.
Yeah. Also,
Or is
you're only
able-
allowed to play 4 cards per turn, so if you do want to attack, it is going to slow your duel down a little bit. And getting down to going for 3-turn BCDs, also you have to play 4 on both of the first 2 turns.
And Mars hitting Fungi of the Musk this duel, so very easy for him. There's
Yep.
only, what, 2 or 3 fusions that Fungi of the Musk can go into?
Yeah, but like I said, it is res, so, that Furious Sea King might survive the whole fight. It's a clown zombie start, though.
And Umi gonna be finishing up his second DMK duel here in just a moment.
God, I have too many windows open. It's hard to find what I'm looking for. It's the hardest part.
Know that feeling all too well.
Yeah, and as we mentioned before, if a runner does play something by accident out of their first slot, and if we don't notice it, that might happen. But the penalty will just be you're not allowed to do anything with the monster you summon if we catch it in time. So
Oof. Rough drops for Umi on that second DMK.
you got a few good material cards, but you're here for Thunders usually, and he's still at 0. So
Yep, 0 Thunders, only the half a dragon and dragon statue.
not much of a hand for Umi there, but 1100 probably wins.
Yep, Penguin Soldier is a little rough to have stuck, but at least he gets to use his Nemoriko this duel,
If it shows up.
as long as he draws it.
Yeah. Oh, I want to click this
Ooh.
channel point chest, but
Ooh. Umi having his 1100 beaten and not drawing into anything here. This could be Well, he gets Disc Magician.
Yeah,
That'll be able to beat over.
that's enough for now. Could get Guardian started in the future. Mars gets the A POW on res. So he started with 2 Thunders, so he's going to opt to just go straight on, I imagine. You do want to have a good deck in this category, so I'm surprised he didn't opt for DMK, but I guess he's planning to see how the deck turns out through World Tourney first.
Yep, that's fair. I figured he would go to Rex to get some Oh, never mind. CD2 for Mars. You're in the campaign. Is that 1 or 2?
It is 1 and a mountain, which I will be tracking. I don't know
God,
how
so many
useful
fields.
that'll be, but you know, the fields will help for mages. Since it's a mages run, fields are good.
Okay, so pretty decent drops there for Mars from Rex. Let's see what Weevil will get him.
Going straight to Weevil's pretty risky at this stage in the run, but you know.
Oh no, you can't use the Uraby. That's so unfortunate.
It's got really
It's
nothing to lose at
15.
this point.
I mean, 1500 against Weevil in a single card is pretty nice. Doesn't it also have Mars?
It has Mars. It
secondary,
doesn't
or am
beat.
I-
It doesn't beat the hardest cards. It is a 2300, so he's safe.
Yeah.
Because that could be Cocoon of Evolution down there.
But the Queen of Autumn leaves with Equip will be able to get over Cocoon as well as Jirai Gumo if he top decks.
Yeah, pretty smooth duel. Uncle Jim probably survives at this point. That's probably tenderness in
And-
defense.
Umi finishing up his 3rd DMK. Will he see his first Thunder? And is going back to campaign. So
Sonic
3
made.
DMKs, just opting to move on
Wrong
despite
goal.
what the drops may be.
He's already got 3 different ranks so
Don't
far this
say.
run.
Let's not be going for that goal again.
Kyle the Chanter and Sonic Maid. Weevil is out here doing like Matt Starship percent. That's 2 different Matt Starship cards. unobtainables.
I didn't like it the first time. I won't like it the second time.
That Arabi would not have done a lot in this duel, but it's better than the cards he's been summoning to the field. So
Yeah, which I would have made things a little bit faster, but still gets through it fairly quickly.
it's a B-Pal, which has slightly better chance for the good cards on Weevil, not by much, but
Yep, so looking for Tripwire Beast and Blackland Fire Dragon, I believe.
yeah, this is probably
the
our
dragon
most
that we need to
normal
draw.
run of the tourney. Blackland, so that's a good one.
Very nice.
Yeah, this is probably the second most normal run of the tourney so far.
First card.
Well, give it a bit. We'll see how it goes. And no Tripwire from Mars.
Until the last card. Dragon Zombie's alright for Umi. Didn't see any Thunders though, unless I'm blind.
No Thunders for Umi after 3 DMKs. That's a little unfortunate, but
It's a reset in my
decided
book.
to move
Dragons
on.
out. Where's my Thunders?
Maxed on Dragon Pipers.
Game sucks.
Yeah, he didn't put them in before DMK, but he had a couple of them. I think he won 1 from each duel.
Oh no, Dragon Statue. No.
So
Ooh, he gets a
Umi-
0-0 on Haishin. He's got a chance to save half a second.
So at this point, does oh no, there's no way Umi attempts to go for one-headedless, right?
At some point, you're gonna have to go farm for Thunders, though. Like, unless you just get a bunch in World Tourney. Mars not having the greatest draws here on Mai, but I think it's gonna be okay. He's got a tie right now. That's fine. That's a problem for future Mars right there.
Ooh.
He's got Geki in hand, so, you know, that'll work.
However, this does. Well, he wasn't gonna be able to ape now anyway. Never mind.
Yeah, it's a rough first draw. The first card in his hand isn't even helpful. Oh, top deck Mechanical
Maria's being
Chaser.
a horrible person.
Yep. Oh boy.
Selfish.
He's
So
fine
this-
now. He's fine now.
It does get the dragon. So that'll be Black Dragon
Then get
Jungle
over
King
logic.
for
You
Mars.
had a
That
flame sword spell
should
against it. She freaking
keep
brings
him
out a sword
ahead
armor
of
dragon,
Mai
puts it
for
in
the rest of the
defense,
duel.
forcing me to Raigeki. Then she summons Mechanical Chaser and kills my flame
Unless
swordsman.
my. Oh no, Dark Witch is not Saturn primary,
What a
right?
bitch.
It's Neptune Sun. Well,
Okay,
Sun
never
Sun
mind.
Neptune. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what card Mai has that is
Thankfully, I
Saturn.
top decked one of my dragons and had a
She's
planet
got
in hand.
Harpy Lady Sisters and HPD, and then just a bunch of random weak birds.
I might go back
Got
to
it.
DMK. Even though I got scammed, but it's fine.
Yeah, with all these pyros, we may see Umi opt for Sunbird.
That's a good first
strategy.
hand. Hey, you could go for Nekogal. We've seen Namitai make like a
Vermilion
5400
Sparrow's last
Nekogal
pyro
recently.
blind right for Pyro Warrior mix.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Okay.
yeah, Nekogal is
Checking that out.
definitely runnable.
Yeah, in the last race, Namitai just kept winning equips for for Nekogal and just beat Haishin with Nekogal.
Oh
Like
boy.
it works.
So Mars is through Mai,
So,
and
my
is
sound okay for the game?
moving
What
on
do you
to
need
Keith.
for?
thought about going for a quick farm on Rex, I'm assuming, for some
Everything's
possible
great.
dragons, but
It's Elf's
we'll
Light.
see. Another Elf's Light. That'll be really good early game.
I don't see many females in Mars's deck, but you know, it's still a good
Yeah,
equip.
has-
And a Darkfire Dragon, so 3/2, another mountain. I mean, this deck is like a lot better than what Umi has. Still very early,
Oh.
of course, but
He didn't put the Bean Soldier in. No.
ooh, CD2
Game,
first
really?
card.
Why would you put that?
Oh no.
That's not great. You can make Flame
I mean, he
Swordsman or
could-
Vermilion Sparrow, but
I can't use my
Yeah.
fucking CD2.
this is gonna be a funny run, honestly.
That's very
Oh
aggravating.
yeah. So
The-
it does opt for that Vermilion Sparrow.
The day I did this run was actually April Fool's Day, so
Oh boy.
I think it was a good one. Well, I mean, this is fine. Flame Serb's good. Ooh, gotta be careful. Okay, that's fine.
A CD2 for Umi as well as a dark gray.
And a mountain. Still no thunders, but you know the deck's
And
not too bad.
Miami G.
And the DMK's really buffed the deck up too.
Yeah, Umi is loaded on pyros right now.
Solid world tourney deck. We'll need some help later though.
Oh yeah.
And the before anyone asks, in the center of the tracker, I have Labyrinth
no.
Mage. That's gonna be our how many mages defeated counter.
So Umi unable to use his dragon zombie here.
It's fine though. He's got a mystical sand. He's opting for BCD on Weevil. Both runners actually drawing good cards despite not having the dragon. I mean, dragon zombie. I don't know how good that really is when you have no thunders. So, like, it's okay.
It's still, yeah, 1600 beat stick mid-world tournament isn't the greatest. At least on Mai and Keith, it's not.
Ooh, he's got a potential flame
He could
swordsman.
make. Oh, he can't make
Nice
Oh, man,
still
that's
flame swordsman.
another dragon zombie.
Well, Mars just
Another
keeps
dragon
getting
zombie
the
there for Mars.
dragons. Just keeps pulling dragons out of this. Now we get the shoddy cutscene.
I want to go back to DOK. I want my
Time to
funds
sit
back.
here for 45 seconds and wait.
He's not winning good cards. I'm so about the high.
Yeah, dragon counts are pretty much the
Yeah,
same.
I just got a dragon zombie, so what? When I'm thinking about it.
Pretty much the same. Neither runner has the equip yet. And
This is what I get because I skipped DMK because DMK is a goddamn scam.
Anyone
I got sick of getting
However,
screwed
both
over
runners
by
do
DMK
have
so many runs that I just don't like doing
fairly
it.
good
I'd
lady
rather go
equip.
into mages with 4
So
fucking thunders than get
we
scammed
will
by
see
DMK
just how
for
far they
3,
decide
4
to
goals in a row.
rock
Should
these
go back to
beasts and
Umi's
ladies.
going back to TMK.
No, I went to the password screen. Fuck.
Ooh, buying a Lala?
Buying
Oh,
nothing.
This is
no.
gonna just redeem the thunders.
Yeah, well, can you give me your star chips?
And does opt to go to free duel.
Well,
Right
Never.
back to
that
DMK.
doesn't help me then,
All
does
right.
it?
I'm
See
not
your runners
gonna
having some good
Marvelous.
banter with each other in the chat, though.
Unacceptable.
Nothing too exciting. I think it's just probably just a one dragon zombie there.
I went the wrong way, okay? Don't judge me.
Sleeping Lion, so Frenzied Panda going in as well. So yeah, Umi going all in on these
Shadow Spectre.
pyro
I can't even
strategies.
spot the trick.
Does get the one dragon zombie. I mean, Umi's deck has pretty good cards,
Talk
so
the trick,
it's
more
pretty
like
common
talk
he
the
draws
brick.
something good in the first card.
Because he showed up in the first slot.
See what Mars's
Oh,
luck
no,
is on
get off
Shoddy.
the
It's
game.
Raigeki.
Why? Why have you
Oh,
betrayed
boy.
the game?
Who's got a Celtic Guardian into nothing
no
if you
Shoddy,
do
no
that. You
matter.
gotta be careful.
Be thankful that that's not on
Whoops.
Bakura.
Yeah, I was about to say, wait, am I on Bakura? No, wait, I'm on Shoddy. What
If
am I
this were Bakura having
Oh,
Geki slot
Geki
ones,
and
it's pretty
Shoddy.
rough. Might have to
What
just
a
take
Yeah,
the
that-
take the
Hit
loss
my
there.
head.
That would have been disastrous if this was
Take the penalty by
Bakura.
accident. It's like, oh no, I accidentally played Geki against Bakura. Well, I guess the board's clear now.
Yep. It's just like, oh no.
We might have to give
whatever,
them a slap
whatever
on the
was.
wrist if they opt for that, though. Like, yeah, like we can't stop them, but like we could say, oh, you gotta lose this duel now. Like we're not gonna police it too hard, but like we might miss it too as commentators. Like it's one of those things you don't even think about a lot of the time.
I can play my Geki.
Exactly.
go.
It's a very
Frog the jam
different
right now.
The cool thing
rule
with
to
this
play
tourney is like none of these things they either haven't been done before or the runners haven't done it before. So me with another dragon zombie. He's at 4-0 after 4 DMKs. You know, the usual.
Mars, did you secretly
Dragon
go into my
Piper
game,
number
like,
4.
Patch all the funders out?
No,
This isn't
but that's
fair.
funny. Have you just
Must
not
also
gotten
have
any
2 wing egg
thunders?
I've
elves.
got 2 dragon zombies
which
from DMK. How about
I'm a
that?
little
Single
surprised
thunder.
he's not putting in since he is so heavy on the
I
beast.
actually can't make anything. This is
Idiot,
really
I
bad.
fuck up.
I had a sleeping line.
However, I
can't
guess it
use.
doesn't particularly matter when
Okay,
he's
I
hitting
didn't
flame
miscount my
Cerberus
fusions.
consistently.
Alright, Mars
Somewhat
gets the BCD on
consistently.
Shoddy.
I mean, I started with 2 thunders and I still only
He's
have
baiting
2
out an
thunders.
attack from DMK here with the Dissolve Rock. He's the dragon zombie.
He gets a Neko Gal with the Quip next turn. I would not have Gaki'd there because you're going to see... oh wait, you won't see Twin-Headed Fusion because guess what? You don't have it.
One
So
thing I
this is
really don't
beatable.
like
However-
being able to use the
oh,
first
no!
card is
That's beatable
wireless
still, though.
twin-headeds are just gonna be so painful to try and
He
do.
needs to see Flame Serb or
You have Cyber Shield Neko
Not
Gal in
that.
hand.
Might have to take a loss, DMK.
Cyber Shield Neko Gal. Doesn't see it, I guess. Or maybe Neko Gal doesn't take Cyber Shield. I assume it does. It's a female.
Yeah, wait, we're inside, right? I know I've got no funders.
so Umi in a little bit of
That's not
trouble
nice.
here.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, he can't play the first card. We're stupid. No.
Yeah.
Commentators
There
getting
is-
messed up by the rules.
So we do see the Neko Gal Cyber Shield here does have the magic lock. So
Now my sheep's off
no
limits.
Geki from DMK.
So Mars can't dump
Bakura is
as
a
quickly to
fucking
get to the
fool.
Geki either. He does have Twin-Headed in hand though. You gotta be careful not to make Flame Swordsman, but he does. So now you just hope that the Geki shows up. He has 2 mountains, assuming they're in the
I
deck.
fucking hate Bakura.
More like the commentators can't follow their whole run. You know, it was easier when I did this run where I physically blocked the card on my screen.
Yeah,
know-
that would
Yeah.
I could see how that would make it easier.
Yeah, if you're a runner right now, it might be a valid strategy to just put a always on top window, like your live split, just on top of like where that card shows up. The original inspiration for this category was so I was seeing a lot of streamers, casual streamers, playing this game on stream, and they use widescreen layout for the game, which already doesn't look that bad, but then their cam is overlaid on the bottom right, and as a viewer, you can't even see the last card in their hand.
Yep.
That was the inspiration for this.
He's holding on to that Elf's Light, I'm assuming in case he draws Mystical Sand.
Yeah, because you can Saturn over. Ooh, okay, that's probably fine. That should be beatable. 17.
Ooh. Okay.
Does Umi win a Thunder? He's not checking. He's not checking, so...
And Umi moving on to Mai, I believe. Yep.
Hey, another dragon statue and a Thunder. Decks are very similar right now.
Oh, Umi finally getting his first Thunder here.
Long enough, you can have one.
Playing Manipulator.
Took 23 minutes to see a Thunder. That's Dark Elf equip. That's not quite it. But you can
Typical FM shenanigans.
eventually turn that Dark Elf into a Mystical Sand. I assume Geki will show up at some point. Geki will show up at some point. I don't know if Mars has any stones.
He's got 14 cards left in deck after this next draw. He'll find it. It's fine.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, at
never
least
mind.
you're guaranteed to be able to use it this time.
There's a second wall.
I was gonna say double Elf's Light,
second wall
the
has hit the field.
Dark Elf, but that don't work. 3K does not beat 3K.
Well, you got Vermilion Sparrow in hand, or...
Fuck it. Popping the Elf's Light on the Dark Elf.
Well,
At this point, I think
get
you
my
just
ring
have
up
to
to
talk.
win this.
I mean,
at this point, you're just waiting for Geki. Now you have to see Geki.
Thanks, game.
Is Mountain in this
reverse
deck?
trap anyway.
Is Mountain
Oh,
in this deck
no.
right now?
I don't think he put Mountain in.
I don't know. I mean, we'll see Geki eventually. The difference between this run and blocking the last card is one card in your deck is unplayable, no matter what. But that card in this that card in this always stays the same. It's always that first card.
Shield!
Oh, you hate
It's
to
the
see
3K
that.
trifecta.
A third wall, dude.
Where's my gamer?
Well, now Mountain
Oh
doesn't
my
even help.
God.
Mountain would not help right now. It would take too long
Yeah,
to
no.
clear the board.
At this point, it is Geki or Bot.
That's gonna make up some time for Umi. He has time to go farm for more Thunders.
Yep. Ooh, Blue Wing Crown Vanilla for Umi, adding even more to the Sunbird strategy.
I wonder if he'll go for BCD Keith to go for Mystical Moon to put on his Sun Chickens and Flame Serbs.
That wouldn't even matter to me. I don't have a freaking equip for twin-headed.
Oh, okay. Alright, Umi has the best deck now. There we go.
Oh yeah, no, 2 Uncle Jims.
I don't want to use the mountain.
Just
Can
dump
Very
4
nice.
and get Geki next turn seems like the play.
Jeez.
Oh. You'll probably win next turn. If not, it'll be the turn after. Is that a 4th?
Oh my god, a second.
Oh
This is
my.
insane. I've never seen this many 3Ks on a field at one time.
This is
Oh,
probably a good
no.
thing you didn't have Geki like first hand and play it.
Yeah.
Is that 5?
Yeah. No, it's a Neptune.
This is I haven't seen this many walls since I
There's
probably
my
probably
deck.
shouldn't
Second
say
from
it,
the
dude.
bottom on my deck.
I probably shouldn't say it.
Thanks, game.
Oh.
Haven't
that
seen this
depends
many
on you.
walls since like 1989 Germany or like.
It was
I
the
don't know.
second to last card.
All right,
Or
well,
no, third to last. I had one card left in
Mars
deck.
is through.
The
It was
Gorbachev?
the second to last card.
Mars
Alright.
is
So
through with
third to
C-Tech.
last, third from bottom of my deck.
Yep. Meanwhile,
Close
Umi
enough.
is having
There's the
a
sea tags
very
you needed.
nice time here on Keith. Looks like he's trying for the
It's
A-Pal.
the one that evaded me for so long.
Yeah, so if you ever wanted advice on how to get a C-Tech, it's called just go to Bakura and spend 13 turns trying to draw Geki. That works. Any traps?
A whole bunch of nothing. However, he did get quite a few ladies, so we will see if he changes his deck up any to
Just putting a couple in.
uh,
I don't think you
compensate
need to
for
go
those.
too overboard, but, you know, anything helps.
Yeah.
About
the
to go
double
into
elf
Pegasus.
flight-
Wish I'd known that last time.
Double elf flight definitely makes the ladies better. Meanwhile, Umi getting the S-Pow there on Keith, moving on to the shoddy cutscene
It's a rough
himself.
first hand, but you can make Dark Witch, which can win. Can win. So Umi has definitely caught up and overtaken Mars in terms of deck. He's still a couple duels behind in progress from his, like, 5 DMKs. What is that star? Is that
Five.
Toge's?
Why?
Is
Yep.
it?
Why would you put that there?
I guess it's Toge's, then you can't beat it, so, do you really want to Geki away a Toge's? I guess you have no
Should've
choice.
Meteor Dragon.
It could be, yeah, it could be Meteor Dragon.
This could possibly kill me.
I mean, even if it is Meteor Dragon, that's worse. 2K compared to 18.
Yeah.
And then he goes into
Please.
Crow Goblin.
I want
This
to
is
see.
easy mode.
Alright, that's fine. That's
Pegasus
for Million Sparrow if you play it properly.
and Sword Arm plus Pyro, I believe.
No, you gotta go Dark. You gotta go for Flame Swordsman with the Pyro and Warrior, and then put the Pyro on top.
Oh, okay.
You have to do the You have to do. Yeah, yeah,
Darkfire does count as a Pyro.
yeah.
That is
Will he
correct.
see it though? He makes Flame Swordsman instead, so not quite. He's probably thinking this is Sword Arm to wall it, and he is incorrect.
Yep.
I made a mistake.
Yeah, it's not a common play to like have to use the dragon for Flame Swordsman for that.
Oh no. Things just keep going from bad to worse for Mars. Sunbird Fusion.
Fuck you too, game.
That's
And
almost
he doesn't
beatable.
see anything. Oh boy.
It'll be beatable eventually. I don't think Umi won anything from Keith. He didn't mark anything major, and I missed the drop, so
No, he didn't get much of anything. It was just machines and other nonsense.
well, you can maybe get rid of that, but it's kind of a bad
Okay.
spot because you're in Geki range. So
Yep, 32 is the number that you do not want to see on Pegasus.
yeah, it's like I think you
There
gotta
is
ram in
Geki.
there, but like you can just ram into Fake Trap and have the same result. So
Okay, now I'm just getting fucking
Yep.
pissed off.
this duel's not.
There's the
Great.
Elf's Light, but no lady to make use of it.
I think you gotta ram into the
unfortunately.
trap here. Just because if that's fake when you attack with the twin-headed you make, then like it's not a good spot anyway.
Wait, Mystical Shoot takes it on its own? Wow.
And he already had to use his Geki turn 1 against the Uranus in defense. So
Fucking kidding
Mars
me,
is
game.
in a pretty rough spot here.
It's a rough
And
duel
that's
with rough
probably
draws.
just loss.
Yeah, looks like it. Unfortunate. I mean, you can like survive with a back row, but like, oh, yeah, you can survive with back row, but for what?
Hey, it wasn't me! Let's go.
Umi wins
Yeah,
himself.
because now Vanilla Umi for Umi.
Yeah, this is gonna be a tough win. It has to be Invisible Wire, and
Yeah.
you have to draw an out this turn. But even so, if there's a second Geki, it's over. It doesn't get it anyway, so.
Well,
Needs to
lost
see his
once
Dragon
against
Zombie and
Pegasus.
gets
What are you doing, guy?
nothing. Oh, that is
Very good, I'll get Geki in my hand.
that is
Correct.
tragic for Mars.
Should be first card and I'll cry.
Taking a loss on Pegasus here in campaign on easy mode.
I saved beforehand, but I really do not like this. I am not having fun. I thought this entire point of this
You
tournament was
hate
be
to
for
see
fun.
that.
And now I'm just angry and I'm just sad. I don't
So
like this.
Umi gonna be
I
making
really,
up
really don't
quite a
like
bit
this
of
one.
time here.
Yeah.
is
Like,
on his way
literally,
to
the
Bakura
goals have
now
just been
too.
getting
So
worse and
will he
worse and
see
worse this entire tournament.
4 walls?
Like, we went from, oh hey, the fun ones to, why are we restricting ourselves? Why are we making things difficult?
Does that work? Yeah, that works.
Yeah,
Okay.
it works. Mars is currently having some of the struggles get to him. He's performed really well this tourney so far, and he's got out of a lot of tough beginning spots too. So we'll see if he can keep his composure and get some drops and luck here. He's done well this tourney to get around that. So
Yep. And we see shield number 1 for Umi. Into back row. Oh boy.
honestly, as a designer, I like when people hate my goals. you know, it's like yeah. I mean, I would like people to enjoy them, but I think they're an interesting spin on it, for sure.
Mars seeing EHTD here. The only thing he loses to now is MBD.
If there's MBD, he probably forfeits. All right, all right, we're probably fine. We're probably fine.
Moon in defense, he is good. However,
Yeah, he's in good shape to win. Can't really attack that one, but it's gonna be a win in a couple turns anyway.
Yep.
Don't really stress
Moon
too
in
much.
defense, it is the Bakuri box.
Yeah, might have been a misplay playing that not in Sun, but like you have the win here. Doesn't make much of a difference.
Yep. And Umi now also on the hunt for Geki or a field spell.
He does have an Umi and a mountain, and there's not 4 walls down there, so like Umi is a good play.
However, he doesn't have a THTD on board just yet.
Take my cursed dragon away.
And his tier 2 dragon just got nuked. So.
Doesn't quite have it here. He would have to fuse with the board. He does. Okay.
Oh.
Dissolve does not make Stone D with Dragon Statue, because the Pyro takes priority, but,
Yep, I was waiting to see if Umi was going to accidentally make that mistake, but Umi, being the veteran runner he is, knows better.
Seen a lot of Pyro and Dragon and Warrior misses right now from both duelists. It's not quite twin-headed.
And Mars now through Pegasus, getting the BCD.
Oh, he gets the APOW, actually.
It's the APOW, excuse me. Don't.
Alright, Umi's through with Geki.
What can Pegasus even drop on APOW that's worthwhile?
He drops more dragons than Umi.
Okay.
Thanks, Oddme, for adding an emote.
Hey, what the
Guarantee
hell? I'm
he's
up
not
against
here.
2 fate traps. That's
Well, some dragons. It's good. I think some of these Pyros and Warriors probably should come out at this point. I see 2 dragons, 3 dragons, 4 dragons. Oh yeah, Komori shows up. I think that's 8. See, this is why I don't like tracking dragons. It's just there's too many of them.
So that is definitely going to be a big boost for Mars.
He's marked 7. I think it's 8, If we're off by 1, we're off by 1. It's not super scientific. It's a 24.
And
That's
here
pretty safe.
buying his Thunder, hitting the Mega Thunderball.
Yeah. Still nobody with any game-changing cards, so we'll just see what happens.
So Mars starting with the Elf Light Nekogal here on Shizu. He's unable to use his mountain though. That could be
What do you mean?
a
I'm
little
level 2
rough
me?
later on.
Nice Ogre of the Black Shadow.
Assuming
2 duels in a, 2
Ishizu
runs in a
does
row
end
for
up
the Beast
using
Warrior run.
Umi at any
Let's go.
point, however, with board
See, you
control,
should
she
just give me
shouldn't.
That one, that would be fine. Oh, of course, it's a Thunder first turn.
Mars is in the chat, not having a great time at the moment, so we'll hope his experience turns around a little bit.
does get the Flame Cerberus against Ishizu, so is in a very good spot for the BCD. We see another Bakuri box start here for Umi. He's unable to use his Oscillo Hero.
He has 2 other
That could
Thunders,
be-
though. 3 other Thunders. It's hard to come up with, like, goals that are going to, you know, for sure be good, because a lot of these are untested. This is one of the few that has actually been done. And this was a meme run, but, like...
Yamatano Vanilla from Mars.
He's struggling to get the BCDs with the fusions right now.
Yep. Because that's the biggest thing on Ishizu is you want that BCD for the widespread dragon treasure.
Yeah. Isis does drop a lot of dragons regardless of what rank, but we're not really here for dragons, so...
We see Harpy's pet dragon on Pegasus
Oh, sorry.
for Umi.
Did I say Isis dropped dragons? I meant Isis drops Aquas. My bad.
It's fine. It's fine. Mars just got 4 from Pegasus. It's fine.
I don't agree with that Jupiter play because a Sun Chicken fusion causes problems, but... You know,
Or does go for a second trap and forces the defense.
This is probably alright. It's just gonna be... Could be slow. And they're both Inviswire, so... Okay. Should be fine from here.
What? All right, Invis is 2k or less. Never mind.
Yep.
It's been a while, if you can tell.
Take it you haven't played a ton of FM lately.
No, I have not. The majority of my FM content has been the tournament lately.
Where did the shield come from? Oh, is this Kaiba? I assume this is Kaiba. I can't hear
That would
the
be my
music to
guess
double
as
check.
well.
Geki's in hand though, so he'll have to play it now that Kaiba's gone down below wall, so
So should be a fairly easy duel here for Mars from this point. Because Neptune on Kaiba is what, Aquamador?
that's probably a yeah, he has like Shark as well. He doesn't play it that often.
Got it.
This should be fine. I think that was a Saturn defense, so that's probably Queen Bird.
Yep.
He's got enough damage to win.
Meanwhile, Umi getting through Pegasus here.
Umi's definitely performing better at the restriction for this. But it's still early, and a lot of it's going to come down to drops. Umi's just put himself in like a better position in the duels. Like, we want to see our runners win good cards. We don't want to see them stuck and struggling. Because that's really no fun
yeah.
for anybody. Oh, there's some dragons. I see 5 already.
2, 3, yeah, 5. Do we see 6 and 7?
And Acid Trap Hole is good. So I think that's 10-5. Dragon
Another
counts are the
Oscillo
same.
hero for Umi as well.
Yeah, he has the trap. We'll see if he opts to go for any ATEX. I mean, I assume ATEX are going to be a good strategy here. That's not horrible for Isis, but like 2k is
Yeah, it's-
almost okay sometimes. It beats Sea King Dragon start, so... Okay, it's the normal mode. And he, of course... Okay, he's fine now, but he, of course, had a Flame Serb in his first hand that he wasn't allowed to play. Interesting that makes Skelgon over Sword Arm. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter, but...
So meanwhile, Mars is through Kaiba, going to be moving on to Mage Soldier here in just a moment.
I imagine once he beats Mage Soldier, he's going to go straight to... he might opt for Villager 2 for Thunders, but I imagine he's going straight to Pegasus.
I would.
He does also get the trap, which is good. So both runners did get a trap in campaign, so nobody has that
So nobody.
advantage of
Nobody's
Atex.
gonna be. Yeah, nobody's gonna be hurting on Atex here. At least for right now. So that's another 2, possibly more dragons for Mars.
I see 3. I have 13 marked. He has 12. I mean, that number, at some point, I'm just going to stop increasing it.
Fair enough.
There's going to be like 20 dragons. I'm not going to keep track.
Yep. So the biggest issue for Mars right now is the fact that he only has 2 thunders.
Karyushin's not too bad for a mage soldier. It beats Jiragumo. He's going to opt for Dark Witch instead. This beats everything else.
Yes, Umi is the one on tournament life right now.
Yeah. Mercury start, that's easy mode. It's a 1, but it's easy mode. Dark Chimera. It's a quite low start. There's a bunch of dragons.
Oh boy, that is a cursive dragon hand if I ever saw one.
And Umi is going straight to Pegasus. He gets 2 dragons. Is that double Dark? Oh no, that's the same one. I thought, is that double Dark Chimera? No. If Blitz was here, he would be making a big deal about that one that just came out. He loves his ones on Mage Soldier.
It's not every day you get to see 90 in the back 2 digits of your life points.
Yeah. Well, another Curse of Dragon. That's okay. He opts to just go for the weak monster turn 1, which is fine when you're A-teching. You need damage at some point.
Oh, okay, I see. I was like, Skullgun plus Beast doesn't make anything. What doing? And then I realized he's A-teching.
That's really good.
Oh, okay, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, that's really good when it baits out Faceless Mage too. He has a twin-headed.
Oh, yeah.
So, should be good for the rest of the fight.
Ooh, very nice draw.
So, A-techs are going to be interesting. Like, you can still bottom deck the trap, but you can also top deck the trap. He did not have that happen here. But you also can only play 4 per turn, so each A-tech is automatically at least 1 turn longer.
A little surprised Umi didn't go for the 4-card THTD fusion there, but it makes sense that he wants to keep the lady because his he does not have a THTD equip. His equip is Cyber Shield. So he does need to be a little careful of what cards he plays.
He has a lot of females in the deck, though. Dark Shade for MasterMarz. We'll see if there's any other cards with Dark that show up. No one has a twin-headed equip yet. If you're here and you're used to Season 4, where all the runners have 60% decks at like 55 minutes, unfortunately this will probably not be that kind of run. So A-tech's also become a little harder to get the 15 fusions. Not extremely hard, but you definitely have to think about it a little more. And you do have to slow play a bit more because 4 cards per turn instead of 5. But overall, nothing changes too much.
The biggest issue is not being able to get through your deck as fast. And also, having that 1 card locked does make it to where, like you mentioned, the fusions are harder to obtain because you're only able to use 4 cards.
Tripwire Beast is good.
I'm curious to see how Mars is going to get through his A-teching here.
He gets Dark Energy, which is good, yeah. It's a good start. Mars, I mean, he has a trap. I don't know if he'll for sure opt to A-tech either, though.
Yeah, with 4 Thunders, I'm a bit concerned about A-teching here, but...
Like, you can BCD Pegasus and win a couple more Thunders, win an equip, win some Umis. You know, the fields are going to help a lot for mages as well. And you don't necessarily have to have a... like 5 or 6 equipped deck to get through mages, compared to beating the game. That's the other thing you have to think about. Do you want to farm for an insane deck, or do you want to try to push mages with 3 equips? We see vanilla decks beat mages with 1 or 2 most of the time. So this
You
comes
say
down to
we
how you
as
feel
if
with
I
your
watch
skill.
Vanilla.
Well, you say we as if anyone runs vanilla. No one runs vanilla.
Well, that's not true. Lucario does.
Yeah, Wins does his every stream every day for like 2 weeks and then take a break all the time.
Which is fair. I mean, if anybody does vanilla FM for any more than 2 weeks at a time, then you have to start wondering if something's wrong.
It's easy to get burned out, but it's like every run has hope, you know? That's the thing. The run is so unoptimized that if you just get lucky, you can turn a bad run into world record. That's the
So are
cool
you
thing
saying
about
you
FM.
Stay up all night?
No.
I'm sorry, that was a bad joke.
I know what the joke was, don't worry. I assume Umi's got everything he needs in this A-Tech. We're just gonna assume that.
There is the equip for Umi. He may need a few more fusions here.
He's got time for that. He's just got to be careful on the damage.
Yep.
Probably
I
needs to
believe that
win
was
this upcoming turn.
I believe that was effective number 4, yeah.
Alright, he's going all in to win this turn.
Yep. 2 more
Has to win this
fusions.
turn or he decks himself out, so you better have everything.
There is the Geki activation. So do we see our first A-Tech of the race?
I hope so. Hey, he gets it. You know, it's not like last race where people were trying to get B-Techs. Megamorph, Umi, Bright Castle. It's a good start. It's a good start for sure.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Widespread. Not sure how useful the removal will be because we're not going that far. Crush cart.
I mean, it'll... Ooh, yeah. Jeez. Okay. What an A-Tech for Umi.
Alright.
Oh, it's like season 4 all over again.
I'm gonna put
He's wishing,
2 Gekis down.
He's wishing this run goes to nightmare at this point.
I'm just
He's like,
gonna...
oh, why... Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just gonna remove this Dark Magician from the tracker and put Crush Card on. No one will care.
I just want crush card.
How
Yeah,
does...
Umi... Yes, you see those A-Tech drops and you just have to feel like, why can't we be playing
Umi's
a
2
normal
duels behind
race?
progress, though.
But it does look like Umi is back in for another A-Tech here.
May as well.
Meanwhile, Mars...
Only 2 equips. But this deck is good to, you know, beat mages. You don't need an insane deck. He's got a lot of fields which have a lot of value.
Remember not to touch the other card.
So, this should be fine if he can just win another equip or 2 here. It's looking pretty good. And then what I would personally do is I would either go farm some Thunders really quick or try to go to Meadow. Just to win a couple big cards.
So my question for a little bit of clarification on reaching Final 6.
Oops.
Does that
Beat twice,
mean
mate,
you
but
just
we'll play
beat
anyway.
all of the mages, or do you have to beat Seto second as well?
Well, if you don't beat Seto second, then it's Final 7. So you need to beat Seto 2. There will be 6 mages that need to be defeated before our run ends.
Fair enough.
So you obviously got Kepler and Anabisius, which will pose problems, and then you have Seto 2. But nobody extremely difficult, just those guys. It's a lot easier, and you need a lot less of a deck usually than you do to beat Seto 3rd and Nightmare. However, like, of course you can run into problems on Seto 3rd. It's not like... Or not Seto 3rd, Seto 2nd. But it's not like an impossible fight. And I think that makes these a lot more fair. When I did this run to beat the whole game, it was almost 3.5 hours, and you just can't have a goal like that in one of these because it takes too long.
Yep. Ooh, Mars?
I also had
Playing
no
his
MBD in
Dark
that run.
Energy.
Oh, speaking of the devil, he already played his Crush card.
Oh no.
Hey, he drew Geki. Alright, we're fine. we're probably okay. That's a clutch draw of that Raigeki. He meant to set the crush card a few turns ago and accidentally played it, which caused a problem.
Backside, alright, it's totally fine, I'm fine.
So Mars
He's in trouble.
ended up tossing his dark energy. So I'm curious if he hit his equip requirement for this ATAC.
He's waiting on a card as well that hasn't
that's
showed
20,
up.
28 plus a 23 sun chicken, so he may be needing his equip. Because he tried to put dark energy on Kyriushin and that did not work.
I mean, he already has played a trap, so. Yeah, he was waiting on this thing, which is going to cause a problem. Waiting so late for it. He's not opting for the Geki strat, so he's not going to have enough damage unless he gets attacked over here. Doesn't get it. It's unfortunate.
Yep, that is the B-Tech for Mars.
You hate to see it. I mean, there were things he could have done to potentially avoid that, but when you draw the trap second to last card, it sucks either way. Like, you'd rather see it first card so you can just commit to not doing the A-Tech. He picks up a Thunder, though, so, I mean, he's not completely empty, but when you compare to what Umi just won, that's the same amount of time loss and no drops, so.
And he is off to campaign. So
he's going in with one equip, but I think Marz is a little frustrated right now, so he might just be trying to see if he can beat the game with this or pick up some cards from Meadow. Both valid options, you know. These kind of decks beat the game all the time, or beat mages all the time. It's just like not super consistent, but if it works, you save a lot of time not farming.
Yep. So
also, he has a lot of a safety net because no matter what happens in this race, he can't lose. If he loses this race, he has another chance to win the tournament in our next match. So he can play a little more risky.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
See if that affects his plan. Yeah. Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
No, you're good. Which that does bring up the question for Mars. Like, is he consciously thinking about the fact that he does have a game to work with, or is he just moving on out of frustration, like you mentioned earlier?
Could be a little of both. He's got to keep his progress lead at some point.
Yep.
And he can use the time to farm Meadow later on. Potentially.
Yeah, and I know earlier, before the race started, he was talking about like whether or not he wanted to do ATEX in the first place due to the restriction. And Umi not checking his second set of ATEC drops and is just moving on.
Also worth noting, Marz has 2 total fields. Umi has 4. There's nothing in there except another widespread, so that's not great. He has 3 widespreads now.
Umi really wishes this was a nightmare run at this point.
I think he'll probably A-Tech Kaiba here, though.
Probably.
Like he has a lot of, like, I wouldn't say he has time to work with, but like his deck isn't that great either. He only has 2 total equips. He needs more, but because he still has a significant deck advantage, he has kind of time to work with, if that makes sense, even though he's behind. I would think.
Because his deck is slightly better, he does have that luxury of just speed with how fast his deck can move. However, we do see a baby blue here for Umi, and he doesn't have a way to deal with it.
He has at least 5 removal pieces in his deck, though. So, like, eventually he'll probably be okay, but the duels don't always last that long when you're staring down a 3K. Kaiba going
Into
aggressive.
Neptune. So it is Catapult Turtle.
That doesn't work yet, but if he can live another turn, that Bright Castle will help.
Ooh, that.
And you only get to dump
was-
2, so he does need to draw one of his, like, 9 remaining dragons in 2 cards.
Will take out the Catapult Turtle.
Yeah, like, he'll survive.
However,
But needs to draw something now or he's probably dead.
yep. So needing to see a dragon and another fusion material.
He gets it, and he does it correctly. Yeah, the dragon statue can cause problems there, so good play. Very well played. Now you gotta keep that blue eyes alive unless you want to slow down. Alright, well played. Umi for Mars. Come on, play a Mars. Get my joke coming in. Ah, and Uranus. Ah. So as a runner with a vanilla background, fields help so much on mages. Like, if you have 4 fields, that's like almost as much power as having like 3 or 4 equips. So,
Yep. Especially on the low mages where they like you can just get super easy 3-turn duels, 4-turn duels if you just have field spells to go over and over again. Like you play Umi, like Meadow for example, you play Umi, they Meadow back, you play another Umi, swing in with THTD, they Meadow back, you make a second THTD, and that's just the duel.
yeah, so the chance of beating this with 1 equip, if this were a normal run, like, I would say on average, you probably die maybe once or twice to mages. Remember, you can fake out for a while on the high mages too. Like, it's the chance he beats the game with this are not that low. The problem is with the 4-card hand restriction, it's harder to get to those cards he needs. So you can't dump all 5 on a bad first hand. If Geki is your 15th card, it's going to take longer to get to than if you can play 5 per turn. So when it comes down to a bad situation, it's more likely to be a loss, is all I'm saying.
And that's the biggest thing for Umi right now is him getting the extra removal in the widespread and the crush card. He has more options to deal with those bigger creatures, bigger monsters.
Yeah, Umi's deck is a lot better right now, but it may not matter if Mars gets good duels here. And he has a deck that can get good duels. Like, he should still speed through the easy people. His main problem is going to be drawing twin-headed.
And Umi is opting for the A-Tech here on Kaiba. Mars getting a Pog Wall.
That could be useful, you know. It takes... He only has 2 stones, so he has all these female equips with no stones. I don't know what he's tracking on the bottom. He's got 5 mystical sands on there. That's a good first draw. It's got the mountain, he just needs a dragon. And it's guaranteed win. Back row magic, I respect it. Yeah, that's a win. Unless there's only one thing that could cause problem here, and if that is like wasteland back row that he changes the field back after he plays a wall. So, and it's a moon, so we're fine anyway. Should be a pretty safe win.
So Umi has already used his crush card.
Yeah, he's got everything he needs. The only concern will be fusions, because he did start the duel off kind of rough.
Yep. And I'm guessing that is why he is just throwing the 3 there and looking to get as many cards out of his deck as possible in order to try and hit as many fusions as possible.
Yeah, waiting another turn is
into this
always
last
smart.
turn.
He draws no fusions, though, so he better hope he has enough.
Ooh. Oh no.
Better
That could
hope
be
that's
problematic.
enough. Mars is speeding through the mages so far.
It's okay. I just wanted to get out of the duel.
Oh,
No,
is it an ATAC?
He gets it, so I mean he lost a lot of time, but gets it. Another mountain is good. I think at this point you gotta have all the fields in. He sees a sword arm, which is good. I'm just gonna stop counting at 15 dragons. Like, surely there's more than that. At this point, I like to track the tier 2s, but it's hard to, you know, count them.
Exactly.
When you didn't start counting them from the beginning. I know he has 2 CD2s, a dragon zombie, and a sword arm. So that's 4. Going into Martis, which again is a pretty easy win if you just draw twin-headed. Not quite there yet, but you know, he has part of it in hand. 23 can win sometimes.
And Umi getting started on his Egypt 2 run now. Gonna be heading over to Mage Soldier.
Well, he gets walled turn 1. Spike Seadra.
Oh.
So, like, a dragon. He's taking out the dragon statues. You know, that's fair. He has a lot of dragons now, so...
So, at this point, you have to wonder, does he potentially...
Ooh, does Mars have a dragon on field? He does, but it's not a big enough dragon. Or it's a big dragon rather than a tier 1. So he can't make twin-headed with the board.
So Umi opting to go with a whole bunch of plants here.
Well, there's his Megamorph slot 1.
And that is
but it's Mage Soldier, so
that is the reason why Mars was not wanting to do ATEX at the start of things. Is because if you have that one Megamorph and you draw it first, it's not fun. Also, double Zoa on Mars.
He's fine.
However,
he's gonna hold the magic lock with that wall down there. It won't be a fun win, but it'll be fine. There's like only one thing that can cause problems here, and it's so rare you never see it. Even that's fine. Is that fine?
No,
no, that's not. That's not. I was thinking Megamorph from. I mean, he can wall that. That's not. This is not a great situation.
Boy.
I think he's gonna have to. Ooh, playing the face down is very smart, because you can even like get some extra damage in here. Potentially.
Get the defensive win. Get some extra damage.
Yeah,
However,
but if you have twin-headed, you can beat over the Zoa. So. Ooh, can he beat over Zoa with that? He's 100 short, I think.
Yep, I believe Zoa is...
It's 24. If he had the equip still, he could have got there. Dark Magician? What am I looking at right now? What am I looking at on this screen?
Okay, there's Geki.
This is the hardest Martis I've seen in my life. Alright, that should be fine.
I shouldn't say he's fine yet, because, oh my god.
That should be alright. That should be alright. Yeah, he had twin-headed in hand, so it's not the optimal duel you're looking for, but at this point you're just trying to survive the fights, so.
You know, I was more so just shocked at the fact that we saw Versago and Job Change Mirror.
Yeah. There was an equipped Zoa, an equipped Dark Magician, and then whatever that was. Still hasn't drawn a field. So if another wall comes out,
Dark Energy.
Yeah, if another wall comes out, he still isn't in the clear. But you know, like this is a win. Don't overthink it. Umi has moved on to Jonah second. You know, MBD would be huge. I feel like that draw is not gonna help, but you know, 1400 is fine when you have the big boy on board. All right, there's the win for Mars. Took a long time. I can definitely sense the frustration from his like posture and being mostly silent. Like he's struggled a lot here, but He's still in a good position.
Yeah.
He attacks with the wall for bonus points.
I thought I had dragons in
Good.
here.
Good.
Attacks with the
Use
wall
his
for
own
bonus
monster
points.
against them. Yeah, I was hoping to see another pod wall vanilla for getting the kill with lab wall.
I would like to award 1 point to Mars.
Why? I'm confused. Or missed.
He did lethal with lab wall.
Oh, nice. Big move.
So Umi does not have game this turn, however, does only fuse the 2 card in order to
Yeah, it'll be an APOW
the
regardless. I think it's yeah. This is, or is this BCD if he takes damage here? If Red Eyes comes out, I think he's fine.
28 is, I believe, 28 in deck with.
I think if he
A
was
little
below
under
7K,
7?
then it would be a B. But he should be safe here.
Yeah.
He hasn't done 5 fusions. You know, he's in a good spot.
Yeah, I think 28 with less than 7 is still an A, but as soon
Oh,
as you
man.
get that 27, oh my god.
That's not the big boy you hope for here, but that's still pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if he got Meteor Dragon as well.
See the wall fake out again, working on. I assume this is Lab Mage going straight into it. He's got a mountain that he can't play, but like this will like
Yeah.
work. He's safe for a while. There's only one card that beats that.
I'm not gonna lie. I totally forgot that you could go into Seto second with 3 mages done.
With 2 mages done, actually.
2, even better.
Yeah, you can go in anytime between 2 and 4. As long as you do it before you beat all the other 5.
Yeah. I know the 5th one is the cutoff point.
There's also secret extra dialogue bots from Jono second if you go to dual ground after 1 shrine. He's like, you beat a mage already?
Hey, Garoozis.
The Roozies,
Oh, well,
and only the red eyes there for Umi.
Mars is still safe, but like it's not a good kind of safe. It's a slow kind of safe.
Can you draw the thing that you need, please?
He makes
Kinda
a BJ to beat over the twin-headed with. He's trying to play Jupiter though. So I respect it. You gotta kill the twin-headed. He gets it. The only problem is that's a defender over there, so. At least I think that's a defender. Yeah, because he goes to it first. That is a 3K. Oh, it could be Boulder Tortoise. It could be Boulder Tortoise. He was in that range, so. No way to know for sure, but it's likely that's Boulder Tortoise. He can't really attack to check, though.
Hey, what?
Ooh, Umi getting scammed with the Pluto start.
Oh no.
That's
This is-
that's a problem. Twin-headed fusion
That
coming
is-
up soon.
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
Yeah, Umi getting punished here on Low Mountain for swapping
nice.
to Umi.
Okay.
Into the THTD fusion as well.
Can I have a thunder, please?
Yeah,
So,
THTD
Umi-
fusion's super common in this situation. Well, he's just gonna fuse another one probably. That's the problem. He's so likely to fuse it. He pulls back row instead, which is probably good. That's something that could be down there, and we don't want to talk about it, but it could be bad. Mars is
Yeah,
getting through
I
Lab
mean-
Mage Net's turn, probably. He's having some slow duels, but he's winning thus far.
Yep, Mars is more than happy with slow duels at
Game,
this
I know
point.
I've only
I
got,
mean,
like, 500.
obviously you want them to be fast so that way you can expand your lead, but he's 1 duel away from winning this race.
Like, he's going straight to the, no, you have to beat all the mages.
Got it.
Not just
All the
Seto
mages
2.
plus Seto second.
Yeah, not just Seto
My
2.
bad.
Well, he's gonna have a little more time to work with now.
Oh no, it's swords.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that is going to be a forced 3-turn wait for Umi, which means a forced 3-turn advantage for Mars.
Yeah. Do you think if Mars loses, will he go back and farm more?
Hey, Red Eyes.
Probably not.
Like, I would think he's committed because, like,
Oh my god, stop
his
using.
his mindset isn't great right now. He pulls a tripwire. That's gonna help a lot. Lab Mage does have a really high thunder chance. I wish you could go back and save after Lab Mage,
Right?
like
That's
the other ones.
Second Pog wall. Put it in, Mars. Put it in.
Yeah, only one thunder there, but you know that's still a big
Put
improvement.
it in.
He has a lot of fields. You just really hope to not see Gate Guardian here. Anything else you can probably deal with. He draws Mountain, which is not as good as Umi, but it beats some of the modes. Like it beats Metal Zoa and BLS.
So the question is do you? Well, he's not doing it, but
The problem is he draws his
My-
one Umi as the first card.
yeah, my thought process was set Mountain.
All right,
turn
now
one,
Mountain.
but
Now Mountain's playable. I think the best strat here is probably go for Fake Out. Fake Out with Wall again,
Probably got
pretty good.
C-Tech on this one.
Ooh.
Smile.
Now, if this survives, you can play the Mountain, and then all you need is Twin-Headed Equip. I mean, it's still going to be hard, but
That's double GG.
yeah, there's no reason not to just blow the Mountain here. He plays it. Seto 2 doesn't have Feather Duster, so you can set it, you can leave it there, but or does he have Feather Duster? I don't know. That is not necessarily double GG. He has BLS Metal Zoa, but
Oh, that's fair.
yeah. But so far, you know, you're not safe for any of them. CD1 is nice for Umi. Okay, it's only one
So-
Gate Guardian. Ooh, but there's the Fake Out
Got it.
gone. This is, well, gotta draw it now or get more Fake Outs.
Yep.
It's not a good situation when you see the hard
Son,
mode
it's
here.
a baby blue eyes. As well as the Metal Zoa, like you mentioned. So,
It's gotta be Fake
doesn't
Out.
see the Geki. So
He's,
Mars, unfortunately, is in a situation where he has to 1-turn Fake Out to survive. However, just opts to take the loss here.
yeah, he's not gonna be able to survive this one. Twin-headed start from a Tenza. Yeah, Mars is not doing super well this one.
Defense, defense, defense. Thank you.
And it seems like we will be having another match in this tournament for sure. Mars has unfortunately taken the forfeit here. I understand he hasn't had very much fun in this particular run, which, you know, it can get to you if you have a bad race here and there. So it's like unfortunate that somebody does drop, but like in
Yeah,
the end,
I mean,
it doesn't end his tournament. He's got another chance. So-
It doesn't end his tournament. However, I don't know. I understand not wanting to play through a frustrating run because I very much understand that feeling, but
Yeah.
he wasn't like, even with the loss to Seto second there, like he was still ahead. I don't
So
like,
the one
sure
the
as-
one thing though is like he was just kind of committed to going in and seeing what he could do because he didn't want to farm anymore. So
yeah.
do you mind hopping into the chat, we're gonna hop back into the tourney chat with Umi.
Got it. Sounds good.
Yeah. All right, so Umi, I assume you heard what happened.
Did he actually forfeit?
Yes.
Yeah,
Did
he's
he actually forfeit?
he's having a
light year ahead.
he's having a rough go at it at the moment, so we're gonna, you know, support him the best we can. But you do need to finish if you want to, because mainly because if you both forfeit, nobody's a winner, and I don't have a backup goal to use. So also we got to give the content for people still. How many? Have you finished 2 shrines yet, by the way? Or just one?
This will be my second.
Okay. Okay.
So you started mountain and are on ocean now.
Yeah, we were dealing with trying to sort that out. So.
Yeah. I don't understand why he forfeited, because he was ahead. I mean, granted, it.
Nah, with what he DM'd me, I understand. It'll be.
Yeah, he said he was having a pretty rough last few days.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not gonna get into it on here, but
Understandable.
assuming that he's okay with it still, we'll obviously discuss that when the time is ready. But we were originally planning to have another race on Friday if necessary, so it'll be up to what Mars wants to do there. But we'll update you guys on it when the time comes. And for now, we're just gonna enjoy Umi attempting to finish his run. Any comments? I mean, we heard what happened, so if you have any comments you want to put on your run, you know, while we're here for the.
I'm actually enjoying it. I mean, it's annoying because I keep seeing Twin Edit juiced on me, but it's unfair because I can't use Uncle Jim. He's locked in a prison cell for all the bad things he's done.
Yeah, like I understand different people, you know, have different things they think are fun, you know, and you can have 2 people racing the same goal, and one person hates it and one person thinks it's the best thing ever, and that probably happens a lot in this. And
Especially considering that you have had your Megamorph taken away from you one duel.
Yeah, I know. What is this? I mean, I won Red Eyes Vanilla, so I can't complain.
Yeah, he had a rough go at the early game. He didn't win a single Thunder until like Mage Soldier, and then he didn't
win a Thunder until like 20 minutes in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you both had rough early game drop luck, but he got frustrated a bit from his APOWs in campaign, so he didn't feel like farming anymore in some ways. So.
He had accidentally APOW'd Pegasus and a Shizu, so.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of prepared for the whole like using 4 cards, so I'm a little bit more accustomed to. I mean, it's a bit of a pain. If you know, here we go. I'll probably end up having my Mega Wolf Bright Castle first card just to upset me. Oh, okay, no, that's fine. But yeah, it is what it is. Like, the reason why I enjoyed this tournament so far is because it has challenged me in so many different ways. Like, not just using like Pocket Duelist or using other things, but like, you know, I'm able to like get involved with like thinking of different ways to win. This might be the other thing, but it's the only thing I can do because I can't use that other card. I can't remember what card it is. But at least it's not crush card.
Yeah, so Brentra, I did this run at some point, like a couple years ago for an April Fool's. I went into the whole backstory on it earlier, so I won't do that again. But this is a little variation on that one, with obviously not beating the game in it as well. In that particular run, we weren't allowed to use the last card in our hand. But this one, being the first card, I think makes it the same exact run, but more content of like the getting trolled at the beginning.
Wow, having 5 thunders suck. I can't do anything, and it's even worse because the thunders seem to be the first card all the time. It's happened to me like 4 times already.
Didn't you only win 1 thunder from your DMK duel?
We're not talking about DMK's scam, dude. I might turn to Arius, go finish 2 next time. Oh, hey, Red Eyes. See, at least Red Eyes is having a good time. He's not been a pain once.
Yeah, the last card causes a problem of you can't A-tack if your trap is bottom 2. But it's the same thing here, you just can't A-tack if the trap is first card.
So the way that you do it with the last card is it just whatever card is in your hand at the time you just can't use?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, the card you don't get to play is your actual last card versus the actual first card.
I think that wouldn't actually be that bad. Like,
It's the same run. It just looks a little backwards.
Hey, I might as well do a Mars.
Yeah, it worked well.
Oh, they're backwards.
Jerry, he's in chat at the moment. If you want to read a few messages up.
I got 3 sandstones. I didn't realise I was doing max percent.
Well, I am going to go ahead and hop out because I do have work here in about 30 minutes, so I'm going to go finish getting ready for that.
Gotcha.
Good luck with the rest of the run.
Oh, I'm trying to go fast.
Sorry, I'm just being a little quiet now because I'm talking with Mars at the moment. Yo, best viewer? Wait, sorry, that's not best viewers. What's that symbol under the B? What sound does that make? Any language experts here?
Out of all the Guardian Stars, Red Eyes has as a second. Why are they giving it Neptune? That's just not okay.
Sayaryu has it too. It's kind of weird. Like, what is Neptune supposed to be besides Aqua?
Red Eyes has got Pyro move though. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on a minute, I can't use that.
Oh. Almost
it.
would have had to leave it on board and
Yep.
and not do anything with it.
Would have banned myself from using any of the drops.
Yeah, we would have to you know, like, if that's the restriction, just like, oh, you're not allowed to use the card, it's like, oh no, Geki was my first card and I accidentally played it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just having, me and Mars are trying to discuss some stuff right now. Like, he came to me with, he's came to me with a lot of complaints about the goals, and like, I really appreciate the complaints and stuff. Obviously, I can't make everything perfect. I came up with these goals knowing that some of them were probably gonna suck a little bit, and any feedback that people have on it helps to like improve the whole tourney, and if we do this thing in the future too. Like I said, like, I might enjoy something or think it'll be a good idea, but like my tolerance might be a lot higher than some people's. And I understand that. So when you try to make something that everybody enjoys, you're gonna run into like some situations where someone doesn't
Everyone's not
really
going to enjoy
something.
every goal though, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that it can be a bit of a pain, especially, I mean, I'm not having like the greatest of time to try and actually beat this game, but I am getting on with it, trying.
Yeah. So if we do a second version of this tourney in the future, I already have some ideas, and just from doing these races and watching and hearing people's complaints, you know, we definitely have ways to improve several of the goals we've done so far. Some we might just throw out completely, and that's what happens. Like, I thought this one might run a little long, but I don't think it'll be like we could use the same type of thing where we stop it a little early potentially, like beat 4 shrines or beat set. I mean, not for this one, but maybe in the future we can do what we did with one of the others and be like beat. I think just beat set 02 would be okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But like I don't know, it's all about finding that balance. And in normal FM, it's like you think, oh, if you're good at the game, you should be able to easily sub 2 every time, right? But it's like you've seen how often that doesn't happen if you've watched the tournament. These are 16 of the best players in the world, and we've had a lot of races where the best time is like 2 hours and 20 minutes. Because that's just how the game is.
What happened in season 3 as well. It's like you got Rixa, who arguably isn't like the all-do-it best runner in FM, but he's took a 6% deck and beat the game first try. But then there's others that have had 50-60% win decks and still lose like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, and sometimes
It's just the case.
sometimes you do 4 ATEX and you're sitting there with like a widespread, and that's it. Like, I had 2 goals for this tourney. I wanted to make every goal be like some kind of unique thing, and I wanted everything to be done in less than 2 hours. Fun was kind of a bonus, you know, some of these goals might suck, and I think overall it's been good, but there's definitely some things that haven't gone as well as I like. And the best thing we can do is feedback, so. So that's 3 done.
I'm actually before I go. I apologise, we might be here for a little bit, because I've got a bit of a different strategy, because I don't have so many equips, I can't use with the monsters.
Yeah, that's understandable, don't worry. Like, I figured Meadow Farm would be a part of this, if that's your plan. If you're beating the game, you definitely want some bigger cards, at least tier 2s. Like we talked about, if you want to make twin-headed and put an equip on it, that's all 4 of your cards. If you need 2 equips and a twin-headed, that's not even possible unless you have tier 2s.
I mean, I was going to continue A-Tech because Mars was like so far ahead, I just cut my losses after we got from
Yeah.
That's really annoying. No. Why? Oh well. The chance we got. Should have been like Pluto, but meh.
I think Pluto is correct, but like you get punished either way, so.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good draw, actually.
I forgot Megazaurus was in the deck.
Oh, that's fine. You got the Umi, you know, you're in a good spot.
Yeah. Oh, he's not playing anything. Now that Megazaurus got a little bit of sauce.
What's his second Guardian star? Is it Sun?
Neptune.
Why is it
That
always
actually helps.
Neptune?
Everything just likes water.
Apparently. If only you got an Umi boost, too.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we'll be asking questions like, why doesn't Red Eyes get boosted on Umi?
We'll answer those questions. Okay. Cool.
That works. That works.
Well, I wasn't expecting to get airs first try, but you know.
We take those.
Times 5. Oh, Jinzo, that don't get powered up.
If anyone's interested, I didn't even remember highlighting this, but I did do this run before, and it is highlighted from like 2.5 years ago, April Fool's Day. Like when I said the other day that someone has done this run before, and nobody's like immediate thought was like a run I've done, I was like laughing and said, "This is great." So,
Okay.
well,
Cool.
that's gonna help. That's
Yep.
gonna help there.
Sorry, Megazala, you got to command the deck for a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, game's good. Just got to go with red eyes and MBD.
That's more MBDs than I won when I did this run. I didn't see a single one. Beat the game with Skull Knight instead.
I'm just going to do this.
That wins. If he plays Sogan, you still beat him.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Master plan. Hey, nice. Oh, cool. Go to monsters that would never be in my deck at any point. Oh. Hey, Judge Man. It's like one of the easiest AS battles I've ever done in my life. Crazy. I thought I saw MBD for some reason, don't know why.
Curse the Dragon, Dark Magician, Gaia. I mean, those help with your equips. They work on everything. I already took Dark Magician off your tracker for Crush Card. I'll just take Mountain off. You're not going to use that anyway. I mean, you will, but
You know, I've already got 5 movies. So
yeah, yeah.
Ah, nice. Okay, well, you're getting set face down. Oh, so good. Nice. I suppose I could just go blue over here. Gets it. Nice. Talk about being fortunate. Yep, game's good.
Game is insanely good, dude. That might be enough.
Yep,
That might be enough.
happy with that. Playing Jumping Beagle Pack 10. Oh, I'm doing this again.
Well, I mean, that's almost twin-headed.
Is it- Oh, okay. I guess.
I mean, don't have much of a choice right now. Like, if he's on Neko Gal, then this probably wins even when Sogan's out later. So,
He's not even played it, you just don't want to play. Okay. I can still ape out this if I use Geki next turn though, right?
as long as, ooh, that's a good question. As long as you don't do 2 effectives, it should. The face down is gonna cause problems. No, wait, you can't play it. You can't play it because you've taken over 1k.
I'll just fuse, it's fine.
Yeah, because if it's face down plus over 1k, that's already enough. Because the face down replaces the 2 effectives. It's the same difference. That's just barely enough.
Just.
And I don't know if you're feeling better enough to talk right now, but welcome back to the call.
It's
No pressure.
not really. I can't.
No pressure. Don't force yourself. Yeah, like if I could change anything about this run, it would probably just be the length of it, because, like, yeah, you could definitely beat it in under 2 hours, but it's hard to make it shorter without taking out most of the meat of the run, because it's all at the end. If you only needed to beat the easy fights, you wouldn't need to really farm, so. And if it's just beat World Tourney with this, it's too short, so. The only problem with
Well, I
FM
thought we
is
were
like,
trying to keep everything under 2 hours.
yeah, that's the thing. The only, like, the thing
I don't
that's
know
hard
whoever
with FM.
suggested this freaking idea, but I want to smack them in the fucking face right now.
Hey, that'd be me,
I'm
and I can.
so angry.
Hey, I can take it. I'm down to take it. Don't worry.
You actually invented this run. You're the person who created this restriction run.
Did you hear the backstory by chance? Because I mentioned it on stream. I don't know if you were listening.
What, no, I haven't been on this stream.
Okay. Okay. So, back in, like, I don't know if it still happens, but back like 2 years ago, I saw a lot of people, casuals, streaming this game on widescreen with their cam blocking the bottom right card. So, like, as the viewer, we can't even see what's in their hand. So I had the silly idea to, like, try to beat the game with just 4 cards in my hand with the 5th card blocked on the layout.
I mean, it's certainly possible, but this game's already stupidly hard as it is.
It is. It is. I mean, the thing is, I understand your frustration with it, but we definitely wanted a little bit more of, like, challenging goals for the final stage, but I think they were, at least this one's a little hard.
Sun chicken for goodness run. I'd rather do literally any other type of run than this one. That's how bad this one is. It's one thing to set like a dumb card restriction like no twin-headed or something.
Inviswire.
Completely lock out a card in hand. Not only does that mess with your ATAX, it messes with other goals. It makes everything so much more difficult. And then if you accidentally misclick, you basically throw the whole duel away.
It's a challenge for sure. I mean, this game already is a challenge.
It wasn't even the challenge part of it that was pissing me off. It's the fact that I had to force myself to fucking not touch the card, which fucked up a ton of my plays. It fucked up 2 of my BCDs. It fucked up my ATAC.
Yeah, I mean, the only, I know it doesn't do much, but the only thing I can really say is, like,
So many things stacked up. It's pissing me off.
yeah, the only thing I can really say is like, I'm sorry it didn't go well. I mean, anything else I can say on top of that is really just repeating it. Like, we'll try to do better, and I really hope the next goal ends up being better, so. Is that Apau Kepero?
Entire evenings ruined. Really wanted to play today. I was looking forward to this. I wasn't looking forward to a panic attack.
Like I said, no pressure if you need to take some time. Like we're okay with that. So, like, no one's upset with you or anything. It's like we're here for you.
Upset
So
with me. I couldn't freaking push through the run because it was just so upsetting.
but we're here for you. So it's probably
I might as well have not even showed up today. That's how bad it was. Like, what was the fucking point? What days can we schedule the next one? I'm busy tomorrow.
I think we originally said Friday. If you're cool with that. If you wanna get it done sooner, then Friday's the best bet. If you wanna wait longer, we can.
I don't mind postponing it, like,
Yeah,
Friday
it's all up to
later,
you.
but, like,
It's technically up to me as well because work. But
I can tell you the days I'm available next week as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got quite a few. I think, surprisingly, quite a few of my days off now can coincide with your Sierra, so it's actually pretty bad. Next week we can delay a little bit. So I've got Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday off next week.
nice. Yeah, I mean I can do in theory any day. The only problem is like if I have to stay stupid late at work,
Yeah.
then
So, what is the next goal? Like, honestly, that's another thing that's been bothering. It's just hiding the goal until the last minute, and then it's like, oh,
that's the
it's
gimmick
something
though.
horrible that I hate.
Yeah.
I understand
that's
that's the
the-
gimmick. But
yeah.
at this point, like, does it even matter?
Well,
we spoke about it, didn't we?
yeah.
It's supposed to be reinvented bingo, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say how bingo is going to be redone, but there's going to be a reworked
Okay, I
bingo
just
with
wanna get
goals.
this out of the way
Yeah.
because the new map for Ark Survival Ascended is coming out. I'm gonna be very busy coming up soon.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be playing much else.
Hey, we
Either
appreciate you
we
putting
can
your
do
time
this
into the tourney
tonight,
though.
Or I might just fucking forfeit, give Ubi the fucking win. I don't care.
I don't think we could do like later tonight, but Friday
No,
we can
like,
definitely
right
make
now.
work.
Like, okay, Umi won this race. Let's freaking get over with the finals. Can we do that? Are you guys free tonight, right now?
I honestly don't have it all prepared yet. So,
Friday we can still
Fuck it, give me the win. I quit. I'm done.
well, bring back Namitai. I mean,
I'll
like,
leave it to you. Like,
yeah, I mean, like,
he's in it. I'd say give him some time to think
yeah,
today. I'm sure you'll come back to do it, right?
yeah, we're gonna wait for it. I mean, like, I understand people getting frustrated. It happens. I get frustrated easily at things. I've been through some, not in a while, not in a while, thankfully, but I've been through some panic attacks as well. So I understand. I mean, it sucks for everybody else involved, but all you can do is like work with the person and try to support what they're going through. So if they want to forfeit the tourney, yeah, that sucks. But what can you do about it? Like, you just like we'll make it work with something. Oh, nobody wants that.
The right way.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
Ah, of course it's Gate Guardian. Dang it. Come on. Gotta find the cards. That's not the cards.
So I did have a plan for Friday if Mars won this race. The plan was we were going to, I mean, it probably wouldn't be a big race because honestly not that many people have been that interested or invested in what's going on besides us, but possibly bring back everybody from the tourney and anybody else who wanted to join. And we were going to make the bingo revival be a big race anybody can join on Friday. That was kind of the goal. So we could still do that for fun regardless of what happens with the tourney if nothing else happens. But, like, obviously, Mars still has one life left if he chooses to continue playing, if he feels better. So priority obviously goes to that. If we have to wait 2 weeks to finish the tourney, I'm okay with that. It all comes down to what they want to do. like, yeah, it sucks for us that it didn't end great, but it's not over yet. So it's whatever they end up feeling like doing, and we'll be here for it. So
If he still feels that way,
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with bringing Namatai back and then me and him can run bingo.
you each lost one. So I mean, like,
Yep.
like
Give
technically,
me level playing field again.
yeah, technically, everybody has one life lost. You know, we could just have a massive for fun thing, call this whole tourney a no contest, and just have fun. You know, we could bring back, you know, if Marz's end goal in the tourney was have fun, we could just have a fun Friday night together, and like obviously only if they want to, but we could just have a fun Friday night together, doing silly goal bingo with no pressure. Like if you have a shitty run, it's all right. We're just having fun with no particular thing other than just pride. I don't know. So it's like you're getting through. Is that
I mean, I'm
Seto
gonna
2?
get sub 2. Yeah, Seto 2 done. Just got a sub 2 days. Not careful.
Yeah. I've been in DMs with him. I'll DM you after this. We can figure out what to do.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not for me. It's not as long as I can do it whenever it is. Whenever.
Yeah. Don't want to call out anyone or name names, but so I won't name names, but I'll mention somebody, and you probably know who I'm talking about. It also kind of applies to me. It's like some people just get frustrated, and then they just say, I'm done with FM, I quit, and then like a week later they're back or something. And they do that like 16 different times.
Yeah, that's right.
Sounds like me as well.
To be fair, the only reason why I managed to get so far was because
Link.
to be honest, Link wasn't able to take part with
Yeah, Link, well, the final match, three people didn't make it for that match. So, Marz was the only one who was able to make it. So we just, it was unfortunate that the final match of the first stage did not matter for points at all. It's just bad luck of the draw that our 4 best runners all were already finished, or I guess it's more that the worst runners, like, still had a race to do. Yeah. Not worst runners, but like the lowest in the standings, right?
just didn't have sufficient points to
Yeah. Yeah, the two lowest point people and the 2 highest point people were scheduled for the last match, and I obviously can't predict that. It was random, so it was kind of based on schedule early on, but it was essentially random. Any of those 7 matches could have been last. So we'll do something on Friday. And maybe we'll just do a big 15 card race. Like, I don't know. If there's
Out of panic.
no, we're here for you. Don't worry. Yeah.
I'll do Friday.
Yeah. So Friday, the plan was originally going to be, because I don't know what you heard in the meantime.
No,
It-
I'm free Friday.
If you won that race, we were going to do a bingo fun fest. Like, we were going to do the goal. Anybody's welcome to join. And
That'd be fine.
but if you're going to still play in the tournament, we can do it as the finals match instead. We can do it either for
Why not do a bingo fun fest anyways?
Yeah.
But like Amy and I are doing the
I think the logistics of that'll be a little harder, but we can in theory do that. Also, I would get to play, so that's fun. I haven't got to play any of these yet.
It's roughly the same. I mean,
Just have more
you get
people
UMI
marking
card
things.
cards, and you basically whoever finishes first between Umi and I
I-
on the
I
race
thi-
time would win.
Yeah, I think what we would do is make 2 separate bingo rooms, one for just you two and one for everyone who wants to play along. Because I don't want 9 colors on the tracker, assuming that many people join.
absolutely cut this everywhere.
Yeah, I really don't think 9 people would join. Technically, is it 10 on Bingo Sync? 10 colors? Like, sorry, it can't be anybody who wants to join can join. We can only have 10 people. Any more than 10, we'll have to do co-op.
Yeah, either that or just possible have to make all the same goals.
Yeah, you can do a so. I'll go ahead and reveal part of what it's going to be. You notice that a lot of the bingo goals sucked, right? Like some of them are just things you aren't even going to consider doing.
So just as a heads up, that is me done.
GG's. Those drops definitely helped there. Was that 2 Skull Knights, by the way?
2 MVDs,
1 Skull Knight. Okay. GG's. Yeah, you hit that done. So, Umi is moving on. We'll go into detail on Friday and the current plans. I'm going to make a custom card. There will be some goals that are on one of the bingo cards, some goals that I came up with myself, but they're like bingo goals. They're not things that'll take an hour and a half to do one single goal. Unless it's like Beat Nightmare, that's... We're going to get rid of the terrible goals. There's going to be 25 goals that are doable in some way, and I haven't fully decided the format exactly, but it's going to be some sort of either most goals in a certain amount of time or first to this number of goals or something like that. And I haven't looked at the cards yet, but I've came up with I think 12, and I'm obviously going to take some good goals off the normal card. So we'll have 25, and it'll be either points based or most goals in a certain amount of time. It can't run long because it'll be 2-hour restriction if we do that method, or it'll be easy enough to do in time. So
do we just want to call it just straight up 2 hours?
I would probably make it an hour 45 again, just because to make sure it's shorter. But hour 45 most goals or most points, and have each goal have a certain number of weighting, or first to 15 goals or something. I don't think I want to do lockout because that changes a lot of things. Whoever has the progress advantage has a big advantage. It's okay for some games, but in this it's like progress advantage